right. So welcome everybody to our ORV BDP information session. We are excited to have all of you here and this opportunity that we're presenting for you to learn more about the BDP program and all that we're offering in 2025. I'm excited. I'm always excited, but I'm excited because we just realized that this BDP program that we are bringing back next year is actually our 10-year anniversary. So we have been doing BDP since 2015, and the cohort that will be joining us this year will be our anniversary cohort. So that's super exciting and great reason to celebrate and have cake and cupcakes and all kind of other goodies and celebrations. So this is going to be great. Just to do some quick introductions of who I am for those that do not know. My name is Dr. Kitiana Lowe, and I'm the Director of Administration here at WBEC ORV. And I will be joined today by Chanel Norton-Lee, who is the Senior Manager of Supplier Diversity at Victoria's Secret. And if you are not already aware, Victoria's Secret is our host and sponsor for our BDP program this year. Also with her is Jason Dobrunsky. Don't know if he'll say anything, but just wanted to bring him up since he's here as well. And then also Alice Frazier is with us, and Alice is actually the founder and CEO of AFA Associates. She is a WBE, and she is our lead facilitator and program administrator of the BDP program this year for us. So we're super excited to have the two of them with us today. Also not on camera, but online is our COO, Frederica Singletary. So she's just listening in and available to answer any questions and things like that you may have. So just to do a high level overview, I'm going to talk a little bit about the BDP program and share some information for that you may or may not already be aware of. So those will be kind of the nuts and bolts of the BDP program. We'll transition to Chanel Norton-Lee, who's going to talk about Victoria's Secret's involvement and their why they're involved, and they're an amazing partner that's been with us for a while. And then we'll transition to Alice, and Alice is going to talk about some of those 10th anniversary upgrades that we've got going on for the BDP program this year. So if you've been talking to anybody who's telling you all the details of what to expect in BDP, this year's BDP is going to be completely different. So you'll get to go back and tell them like, nope, we got it bigger and better. So we'll do that. Then we'll do some Q&A. Of course, if you have questions along the way, please drop them in the chat and we will answer them as we go along, but we'll have a formal Q&A at the end. We'll talk about some of the upcoming events that we have here at ORV, and then we'll wrap up. So we've got about an hour to be together. I don't think we'll take the full time, but if we do, that's fine. But like I said, if you have any questions as we're going along the way, please drop those in the chat. And we'll make sure that we get all of those questions answered. Our job and our goal here today is to hopefully allow you to walk away with more information about the program, answer any outstanding questions that you may have about the program, and for those of you who have not applied yet, for you to go ahead and click the link to apply. So really quickly, so the BDP program is a 7-month commitment. It's a 7-month program. You will meet in person once a month. It's going to be on the 3rd Thursday of every month from February to August of 2025. As far as the criteria, we're asking for our business owners, you need to be a certified WBE, have been in business for at least 2 years, and have an annual gross revenue of $500,000 or more. There is a cost for the program. Program registration cost is $1,850. That can be paid either in full, or we do have a couple of other payment options for those that need that may need a payment option. So as you're filling out the application, there's an opportunity for you to select what option you need. And if you have any questions or concerns about that at all, please definitely reach out to me and we can discuss those as well. In terms of the timeline, so as a Cyber Monday, Thankful Tuesday, or Giving Tuesday, I think is officially what it is. And I know we're at the end of that holiday week. We have extended our submission window. So the window is going to close on Monday, December the 9th. So you will have from today through the weekend to go ahead and get that application submitted. And then that window is going to close on December 9th. If you are like me, where you like to see what you're going to be filling out before you get into it, there is on our website for the application. I'm also going to drop this in the chat. There is a PDF to the application. So you'll be able to actually look at that application. You can take some time, get all of your answers together and things like that. So you know what you're getting into before you actually get into the application. I will make mention that the application does not save your progress. So once you sit down to complete the application, you'll want to have everything together so you can go ahead and submit it, because if you exit out of it, you're going to start back over to the beginning. And then let me also drop into the chat the link to the application itself. We'll reference this a little bit today as well, but for those who need it, that is there as well. It has all of these details that I've talked about so far. It is where you're going to apply for the BDP program, and I'll also have the timeline and expectations that I'm getting ready to go over as well. So as I mentioned, the submission window is going to close on Monday, December the 9th. Interviews will begin taking place next week, so they'll be December 11th through the 18th. We will send notification of acceptance by the first week of January. So like January 6th through the 10th. If we get it done before that, you'll get that notification before that. But definitely by January 10th, you will know if you've been accepted into the program. That being said, like I said, the program starts in February. So it is the third Thursday of February, which is February the 20th, if my brain is working well today as I get to my calendar. So I would say if you've applied, 1, 2, 3, yep, February 20th. If you've applied, go ahead and just pencil that date on your calendar to hold it. So that way, if you are accepted, you already have that hold on your calendar, and then you're not trying to run around the last minute to make changes and make arrangements. Your sessions are going to be a full day. Yes, February 2nd. Your sessions are going to be a full day. So it's 8:30 to 4. It is in person at the Victoria's Secret's Reynoldsburg campus. And so for all who are accepted, in your acceptance email, you'll receive all the details of where to be, how to get through security, and all that good information. So just those things that we still want you all to keep in mind, even as you're going through the application process, just so you can keep that in the back of your mind.
Dr. K, can I ask one comment there just on that? One thing about registration and coming to our offices, if you have to remember anything, make sure you put in your GPS, Reynoldsburg, Ohio. If you put in Columbus, you will go to the wrong campus. So it happens every time. So just write down the word Reynoldsburg in your notes, underline it, because that's where our address is. So
yes, definitely. I think last time we had a map and everything, but you're exactly correct. There will be, at least for the first session, somebody that will be in Columbus and not in Reynoldsburg. So, and if you're in the Columbus area, don't just go off your mind like, oh, I know where that is, because that's not where they are at all. So with that, let's go ahead and transition to Chanel. So Chanel, if you could also introduce yourself and then just share about why Victoria's Secret has joined forces with ORV.
Absolutely. And this is going to be a joint effort. So Jason, don't be upset that I'm putting you on the spot as well, just because he has the history behind the collaboration over the years. But my name is Chanel Norton-Lee. I'm the Senior Manager of Supply Diversity here at Victoria's Secret. I've been in this role soon to be close to 2 years. So when I came into seat, the cohort for last year had already kick-started. So I'm so excited about this upcoming one for 2025, because I'll be able to be there as soon as you all start and until you get done. Obviously, all of the individuals that's on this call are very familiar with Victoria's Secret. We are all about the woman. So why wouldn't we collaborate with WBENC ORV? It just makes logical sense, right? So we're ecstatic. Our internal stakeholders are excited to be able to give you all some gems from their professional leadway as far as SMEs. So we're just excited to have you all and be able to learn from you all. I will say the cohort for 2023, it's like we all became family. So it was actually sad once the program was over, because we had got accustomed to seeing each other every month. And I know that this will be the exact same thing if you all decide to apply, not if, when you decide to apply. But I would love to transition it over to Jason, just so he can give a little bit of the history behind the collaborations over the years.
Yeah, thanks, Chanel. Yeah, when we heard about this program, when it started, I think down at P&G in Cincinnati, we thought what a great idea, and what a better program to start in Central Ohio, right, instead of the South, right? We'll come up here to Central Ohio, and to Chanel's points, supporting women businesses only makes sense for a company that where 95% of the customers are women. So, and I say 95% because we do sell some men's cologne in Victoria's Secret if you're looking for a Christmas gift for a special guy in your life. But anyhow, yeah, I just thought it was a great program, and I think one thing that I love about it is, of course, at the end of this thing, right, we'd love to be able to do business with every single one of the women-owned businesses that is part of the program. But in reality, that doesn't always align, either because of the business timing, or maybe one of the companies, isn't, doesn't provide a good or service that we buy. And what we like about that is this program, again, ultimately, we'd love to do business with everyone, but even if we're not, we're helping, right? We're helping grow your business. We're helping, hopefully, you're going to learn something from a lot of the different SMEs within our company. We'll have people from marketing, logistics, IT, supply chain, a little bit of everything, finance, that's going to be there to help and, provide you guidance and as you look to expand and grow your business. So we're super excited about it. We like it. We try to do a tour of one of our facilities when you're out here. I think people really enjoy that. It's a pretty cool. You get to see how an order goes from I'll buy it on the website to when it shows up on your doorstep. You get to kind of see the whole end-to-end automated process. So that's fun as well. So it's a little bit it's just good learning for everybody. So super excited. And with that, we'll hand it back over.
Thank you.
And again, any questions you have, please let us know.
Yes, definitely. So this relationship has been awesome. And I think Chanel and I came in right about the same time in 2023. Yes, because we didn't do it 2024. And so it's been awesome just watching watching everybody grow in that session, in that cohort. And then we didn't do it in 2024. So we're stoked about bringing it back in 2025. And we're excited that we're appreciative and thankful that Victoria's Secret was knocking at our door and said, hey, don't forget, we need a BDP program again. So we're thrilled about that. So one of the things that Jason and Chanel hinted to is the value add that Victoria's Secret brings. So by being a part of this program, not only are you coming into the sessions each month and hearing from our subject matter experts that are teaching on the different concepts and things like that, but Victoria's Secret also will be providing some of their staff that will be sharing as well. And there's a couple more things that are coming as well in our 2.0. So I'm not going to take Alice's thunder. So Alice, if you want to go ahead and come off mute and share about some of the exciting things that I've got to find another word besides exciting, thrilling things. I'm going to find another word with my thesaurus that our participants can expect in 2025.
Great. Thank you, Dr. K. I just want to say this partnership for the 2.0 could not be any better. Fortunately, I've been a part of ORVBDP focusing on seizing what's right, but there's nothing better than building upon partnerships that work and take it to a whole other level. And the commitment of Victoria's Secrets has been nothing short of outstanding. As ORV's done a 2.0 version, so has Victoria's Secrets. They have not only provided the facilities, but as part of the upgrade, they're bringing and providing subject matter experts who aren't just going to talk to you in a session. You're going to be blessed with having a mentor / advisor / coach from Victoria's Secrets, which is a huge, tremendous plus, because it's going to allow you to have added value beyond the classroom. You also are going to have a score advisor. So we've got someone, again, the 2.0 version is giving you really solid experiences that run the gamut. So you're going to know what it's like to partner and go to another level, leveraging your certification with one of our corporate providers. But then you're going to get the score advisors who know and have depth of knowledge across industries. And if we get it right, even within your own geographic area. The other thing that we're doing, for those who've heard, there's this great dated, and I mean dated, reference manual. Well, we've gone digital. We have now an online workspace. Now, what does that mean? That means that you've got your own centralized hub to connect, stay on top of things. That means you're going to have references, materials. You're going to have workspace that's digital. So you can, you probably have heard you got to work on your pitch. You got to work on your pitch. Got a pitch development module built into this. Great. You've been working on this to expand or scale or reposition your business. You've got a business plan now that's going to be digital. So you get to work with that. And when I say work with that, not just you, the goal of this is for you to learn and master working on your business and letting your team also be great contributors. So the business plan that you need to build, well, that's really for your team to build because you need to be the leader and let them be great contributors and create a great finished product. The financials, I've got some financial forecasting tools which have been digitized so that you can do online that you can build upon. And then some of you are like, the reason why we want people who have 2 years of doing business that have reached some critical mass, it's to help position you to get to be a 6-figure, high-end 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure business builder. Well, I've got this module that will allow you to create a blueprint to design new opportunities and work with your team to make sure you've got the right resources, how you're leveraging assets, what your unique value proposition should be, and who should you be going after. So we've got this framework for you to use so you can play and build what's your next for within the business. You've heard about it's a day long. We've got it broken down into 5 segments. What you need to ideate, what you need to do to position yourselves, what do you need to make sure you've committed to, what needs refining before you do the launch. So we've got these 5 phases, all the elements that you need. And what I think the word is, Dr. K, they'll be thriving and flourishing in 2025. So it's a privilege for me. My background has been 25 years in new business innovation development. I started at Procter & Gamble. So I'm going to show you how you do a 2025 version of the one-pager. Anyone who's real steeped, you may have heard that, but it's just, a blueprint snapshot of where to go and how to keep it moving. Victoria's Secrets, if you want to get outstanding marketplace marketing strategies, you're going to get some really good upfront case studies and a really good depth of understanding how to do business in this new arena, a new landscape that we have. So if you want change in your business and you're ready for it, BDP is going to streamline things and accelerate you getting there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So let's open the floor a little bit to those who are on the call. What questions do you have?
Hello, I'm Davina Houchins from Unicon International. My question is, I heard you say that there will be like an interviewing process. Does that mean that there's only a certain amount of slots available for the program?
Yes, we want to keep our cohort kind of intimate, I would say. So we're looking for 10 participants for this year.
Thank you.
Sure. Yes, Michelle.
I have, if I'm selected, I have a commitment, already made a trip to Florida during that time. It happens to be in March during that week. What, are there any accommodations for that? Like, is there in that digital, portal or whatever, is there a way to still work on the, my plan, or see updates?
Yes, you'll definitely have the ability to be in that portal at any point in time. Last year's cohort, we also, obviously, things happen. And so we're also able to leverage Teams for folks to be able to join every now and then. Obviously, it's not a virtual session, so we don't want everybody joining virtually every week. But when things like that happen, we do have the ability for the person to join virtually during the day, that sort of thing as well. So we can definitely make as many modifications as possible and that are needed. Susan, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I actually have the same question, but mine's in April. So I was wondering that, is that okay if it's just a one-time, like you gotta come in virtually? Like I have the same issue.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's not a problem. That's not a
Okay.
problem at all.
Okay.
Once you're, for those that are selected, once you get in, we can have those conversations about those one-off type situations and how we're going to handle those.
Okay. And my business is like printing and fulfillment. So do you feel like, I mean, do you think this is a good, like, I'm not retail. I know there's a lot to learn, even though I'm not retail, but do you think this is?
If I could speak to that, Dr. K, I think
Go right ahead.
when business owners think about Victoria's Secret, you all only think about our intimates, panties, and bras. We are a whole business. So
Right.
we have a huge print department that actually falls under the procurement space. So no, we need everything, just like any other business. We go beyond just the product itself. So no,
Okay. I figured, but I thought I better make sure.
I want to add one more thing. In fact, think about this will help you refine your goods as well as your services and how to position them. And Victoria's Secrets is a great host for someone in printing and fulfillment.
Okay. I'm
You
sure.
you will get even, I've done cohorts, say, with Marathon. And so being in printing and fulfillment, you can think about what oils they do, but it's not the same as that you would see things and probably have new spark in terms of what to do in your business as well as opportunities to go after. So open yourself up to recognize no matter what your goods or services are. Great question. How can you leverage that and go to another level with this program? And the answer is yes.
Yeah, I mean, we spend about $30 million a year in printing.
I figured there was some printing budget in there. So
Yeah, it's very large. Even though
Okay.
we're largely digital, we know printing brings people in. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. United Healthcare is our biggest client. So we do a lot of open enrollment type printing and all kinds of printing for them and mailing and fulfillment projects. So, okay. Thank you for answering that.
Hi,
But I'm trying to grow outside of that as well. So I'm trying to expand. So
I think this will be a great place, regardless of what your industry is. This program is not specific to any certain industry. So it is created so that all of our WBEs, because our WBEs are in a variety of different spaces and they do a variety of different things, regardless of what you're doing, you should be able to find value in anything that we're doing.
okay.
yeah, I mean, I think Dr. K, I think we mentioned this briefly, but you're learning from Victoria's Secret, right? You're learning from ORV, but you're also learning from each other, right? So
Right.
there's a lot of interaction and discussion betwixt all the business owners. Because you might have similar challenges and maybe we don't have, but you learn from each other as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is Kelly.
Kelly, yes.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for doing this. My company is called Behold Financial, and we do credit services. We're like a credit advocate service for credit repair and that kind of thing. So we're very specific and we are very regulated by the government. So I guess my question is, do you feel it would be beneficial? That's like my first question. And then my second question is, we are right now a small business, so we're not at the 500K level. So is that like a, do or a breaker for joining?
So I'll answer your second question and then I'll ask Alice to answer your first question.
Okay.
So we are encouraging for everyone who is interested to apply. Every application that is received will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis, and then we'll make the determination as the best fit there. I always say that if you don't apply, the answer will always be no. If you
Yeah.
apply, there's a 50-50 chance, right? So I would suggest you go ahead and apply and see what happens. Because if you don't, then there's no opportunity, there's no chance for us to be able to select you.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
Sure. And then Alice, can you speak to the first piece?
And I'm going to ask you, because I was so focused on the latter part, what still remains that you need answered, Kelly?
So I was saying our business is more credit repair, where we, work on credit files and that kind of thing. And we're highly regulated by the government. And so with the what do I want to say? The compliance issues that we have to make sure that we are under, would this be a good program for us to consider? And then I think as you were answering Susan's question, that it's not just about, it's maybe also about how to run the company effectively and efficient, not just about what we do. So I think I got the answer to that. Everybody shaking their head.
I wanted to make sure, because I was going to answer it when I was like, no, that's simple. But then I was like, oh, I may have missed something because I was too busy writing notes. As it relates to your industry specific compliance issues, that's one thing. So you're bound by that. But as it's about how do you distinguish yourself in the marketplace to do business? How do you make sure that you add value for your customers versus your competitors? How do you make sure that your infrastructure and how well you operate and you're efficient in that process? I think could be of great benefit in irregardless of the compliance concerns in your highly regulated industry.
Okay.
It's not about the service you have to provide. It's how you make sure that your operations are as efficient as possible, that your operations allow for you not to miss opportunities. Does that make sense and help you?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
one of the things that I would encourage you, if I could coach you on submitting your application, is saying, out of the program, here are my challenges, here's my current pain points. And I'd like to see this being addressed.
Okay.
Because therefore, when you do have your interview, it allows for you to really get that conversation, have that conversation so you can get greater clarity as to the value that'll be brought.
Awesome.
Does that help? Okay.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Who else? What other questions do you have?
I was like, well, what did you buy? She named all this junk that she brought and all this other stuff. And I was like, no, it's
all right. If you think of anything,
I'm gonna throw in, as I was thinking about something that you raised, Kelly, and it just the irony of where I'm at right now. So if you think of those who are doing work with the federal government and about the shifts and the changes, the question is, how do I handle change that are being mandated in the regulations that I'm now facing?
Yeah.
Same thing has got environmental concerns. The beauty of being in a cohort of fellow WBEs, you will learn from their experiences. And I know of in the past, various folks who do technology and IT, a lot of regulations and challenges there that they were faced, but then they identified areas of opportunity that would allow them to have a breakthrough. And as a result, what was a constraint became a massive opportunity because they figured out a way to help their industry, help their targeted clients move forward rather than be stuck. So,
yeah. Okay, so I do have one more question with regards to the payment. You said 1,850. See,
yes.
I'm all about the finances, as you can tell. Is that you have to pay all at one time, or can you break it down in payments? Okay.
Yep. So as I mentioned, so there are payment opportunities. If you take a look at the PDF of the application, which I will drop back, I'll pull it back up and drop it. So it's right here for everybody. See if I click that, hopefully that comes up. You'll see the full application there. If you scroll towards, it's on the second page, I think. You'll see it should be towards the bottom. You should see some questions that talk about the different payment opportunities. So you can either pay in full. There is an opportunity, and then there's two other opportunities to do payment plans. So there are 4 payments, I believe, off the top of my head, in both of those payment opportunities. And so when you're doing that application, you'll select which one applies to you, or which one you want. You obviously don't enter into that payment arrangement in your application. So you're not paying anything in order to apply. It won't be until after you are accepted. And then we'll be able to have that next step conversation with you in regards to what payment plan you need and how we get you set up with that payment plan.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions? All right. So also in the chat is my email address. So if you think of anything, as soon as you click leave meeting and all of a sudden these 12,000 questions come to your mind, send me an email, not 12,000, scale them back to like 3. I'm just kidding. But send me an email with whatever questions you have and I will answer those. As a reminder, the application deadline is on Monday, December the 9th. What else do I want to share? Final thoughts for those, I think most of you are in Columbus or around that surrounding area. So if you're not already aware, but our end of year party, Cheers to 2024, is on December 19th. I would love to see all of you there. So I have dropped the link into the chat so that way you can register for that. And anybody have any final thoughts? Alice, Chanel, Jason, Frederica?
No, thanks for putting this together. This was amazing.
I do have just one point. I don't know
Yeah, sure.
If people are coming in from out of town and staying the evening, either in the morning or in the afternoon, we may, I can't remember if we've done this in the past, but I think we can work with some of our preferred hotels.
Yes.
Maybe able to get a Victoria's Secret rate. I can't promise it. But we can at least explore that if you've got folks coming in from out of town.
Perfect. I appreciate that. Definitely. That's awesome for those that aren't already in the area or don't want to make that drive. So we thank you all for that. Alice or Frederica, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I just have one parting thought. One, thank you guys for your time, for coming out with us. And I also just wanted to provide you with a reminder that this is an opportunity not only to invest in you, but to invest in your business. And so like Alice has shared, as well as Chanel and Jason and Dr. K, it's not about your industry. It's about you making sure that you're positioning your business the best that it can be. And so we're very excited about the 2.0 platform and the learning management system that it offers for you to be able to take everything step by step in small bites. I know that as a business owner, it can be very overwhelming to think about how much time this is going to take. But I think it's important to also realize that taking this time is almost like a slingshot. It takes you backwards to be able to spring forward and really catapult yourself and position yourself so that you're able to scale up. And also the networking, the sisterhood that's going to be there of being with like-minded women who are also on this journey with you. So you're locking arms with them, you're locking arms with your coaches, as well as the coaches that Victoria's Secret will provide. So I just want to just put that bug in your ear as you're weighing out this decision that this is a worthwhile investment for yourself, and that any time spent, quote unquote, away from the day-to-day is you really contributing further to the advancement of your business.
Perfect segue for me to say the key thing is what you work on during this program should easily have an incredible return, because what you put in it, you will have. Some people say, you want a 10x, you should really 100x plus this. So, and, tools that you can use for within your organization that can save you. Oh my gosh. So take a look, and I look forward to seeing some of your faces, if not all, come 2025.
Yes, yes. Thank you all so very much for your time. For those of you who have not applied, I expect to see these applications come in with your names on them. So, but like I said, if you have any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to reach out. And with that, we'll go ahead and close, and you all enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.